So for me as a project, Cardano, ADA is, I think much better than an Ethereum or Solano. It has an edge on its rival. So does that mean that it's cheap, good value to get into? Unfortunately, at the moment it's correlated to the mess that the crypto complex finds itself in. But if it can sort itself out, then is ADA a top tip for 2022? Great potential, great product. Technically, which is what we're going to look at in today's video, the details and where it could be heading in the next short term to medium term. But like I say, fundamentals are there, so why not? So let's investigate further and see where it could be heading next. Straight into the weekly line chart for ADA using Binance as the price feed here against USD Tether, and well, it's obvious, you can see that huge 6,600% gain from really early parts of 2020. And wow, what a return you'd have had if you'd got out at the top there. Holding it for just over a year and a half for that sort of return is exceptional. And then we can see the massive fall off, which has been across all cryptocurrencies really, but this one down nearly 85% to those recent lows. Looks like it could be bottoming out a bit. We can see volume there on the right hand side, volume at price. All the action still a lot lower, because it's been around for many more periods before 2020, so that's where a lot of the action was happening. So it can still get down further still, and we look at those Fibonacci lines from the highs to the lows over that period. A lot of noise around the 1.4782 to 1.13 area. That's the 50 and 38.2% Fibonacci line. So if it can return to former glory, then might be bashing its head a bit as it tries to push on up back to those highs around that 3, but that seems a long way off at the moment in the cryptocurrency world. But as I briefly mentioned, ADA's got some good fundamentals behind it, so maybe there's a chance. And if you are bullish, 4-line break chart giving you some aggressive entry points at 0.5115 and 0.6023 using, like I said, the 4-line break setup. And moving swiftly on to the daily Heikin-Ashi chart, it's not a great picture. The signals down the bottom are both bearish. Volume, volatility, as expected really. Volatility nearly at 100% per annum. That's typical of this sort of market and asset. Now heading on to the price, we've got the long-term probability power box giving us a near 86% likelihood of an up move from these levels, and we tie that into the two red dashed lines there to the side of that. That's the institutional power zones, offering support resistance areas, so prices bashing along that sort of level. So some positives there for potential reversal, but the trend, that red shaded area, is still down, so we wait for the flip. And currently we have a short-term sell signal outside the 2 pink line box breakout setup. So at the moment it's a weak bearish sort of feel there, and you can see that trend being down. Momentum might be slowing a bit for a bit of consolidation at this price level as the the cryptocurrency market sorts itself more generally. And then we flip over to the Renko chart using a 0.012 block size. Our signals, well, the trend at the bottom of the DMI is bearish, but the two signals above it, short term bullish, and price action, well, the trend is weakening like we've seen over May. It slowed down the downtrend through June as well, and if it was to break back down 0.27, 0.3 sort of area and then below, not much room really for it to go much further. And the upside, if it can break, can turn round, can grasp its fundamentals and take a stronger, point in the crypto market than 0.8 and 1.1, and if it can really push on up 1.7 sort of area for upside targets based on a longer term Fibonacci look. So if I'm basing a score based purely off the technical analysis at this point in time over the longer term, you're going to be giving it a weak bearish score every day of the week. But the shorter term, things are starting to look a bit more positive. You can see the Renko, which was until recently very red and bearish, getting a bit more neutral, a bit more weak, possibly as price consolidates for a potential reversal on upwards. And if you think things are going to move upwards, then like I say, in the top right hand side, 4-line break chart, some entry points for you there. Now in terms of targets, because of a tight stop and some massive upside potential because it's fallen so far, we've got some great risk returns there, 11.42 and 23.07 to 1. Downside in a normal environment wouldn't be too bad at 1.82, 3.59 to 1, but really you see the money, I suppose edge on this trade is if things can return back to where they were and it pushes on upwards. But purely off the technical analysis right now, I'm going to stick with a weak bearish score and look for potential reversal points to get in. So Cardano, highly correlated to the crypto complex, like the rest of them, suffering pretty badly at the moment as that market really has to sort itself out, and very quickly, if it's to return to some normality. Unfortunately, it's also tied in with the global economy and stock market indexes, especially the US ones as well. So at the moment it's not looking great, but fundamentally Cardano ADA has got great potential, so it's definitely one to be watching in the shorter term. Let me know what you think. Do you reckon it is ripe for a return back to greatness? Let me know in those comments below. If you don't, or you've got another opinion, some other thoughts, ideas for us, love to hear from you. Get them in as well. And if you want to talk in more detail, we run a Discord Traders Club group, totally free to join. It's a community of like-minded traders coming up with ideas, thoughts, suggestions, bashing out ideas in the world of trading. So please feel free to join. And if you like today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell buttons. And all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching, good luck with the trading, and I'll see you in the next video.